This is the story time of the worst man I ever dated. I tell a lot of fucking stories on this app, and I was always like, I'm never gonna tell this one, like, I'll save it for the book. Because it's pretty fucking bad. I don't know, something in me recently, I was like, I would have loved for somebody to talk about this while I was dealing with what I was dealing with. I was 16 years old, I had no idea what grooming was or any of those things, so I would have loved for somebody to fucking talk about that, so I could have known the situation I was in. When I was 16 years old, I met my ex-boyfriend who was 19 years old. Immediately red fucking flag, but when you're 16 years old, you think it's cool to date an older man. At least my dumbass did. I was like, no, he's older, like he's older. Little did I know what the fuck I had coming for me. This man was my first anything ever. This man was my first boyfriend, and I have never had an example of a healthy relationship growing up, so I was really fucked. I was fucked. Relationship started as any relationship should, him bitching about his ex-girlfriend to me, who was also very young. At first it was fun. I would sneak him into my house and I would tell my mom, I'm like, no, he's my environmental science partner. She's like, he has a fucking beard, Olivia. He's not your environmental science partner. Things took like a drastic turn on our first Valentine's Day together when I would not fuck him. I was a virgin. And talk about a fucking man-child. The way that he was like screaming and like hitting his steering wheel and like yelling at me like no other. That's when the verbal abuse started and the verbal manipulation of him being older. Who's the whole like, I'm older than you, I've been in relationships, you've never been. It's fucking manipulation. I'm older, I've been in relationships, this is how it works, this is how things happen. Like, he was very much using my age against me. He knew more than me because he was older. I was just a high schooler. First of all, there's a lot of fucking things wrong with the relationship from the beginning. Number one, it's illegal. I was 16, he was 19. I had not even reached the age of consent yet. Number two, obviously the manipulation, the verbal abuse, which soon started to become physical abuse. Also, like, when I hit the age 19, that's fucking weird. Never in my life would I have dated a high schooler. Like, that is really fucking weird. That's not normal. This man had dropped out of college. He was working part-time, and this was in the middle of my parents' really bad divorce, so my mom really wasn't around a lot. Like I mentioned, I was a virgin. I was dead set on saving it till marriage. When I was 16 years old, I don't really know why, but at that time I was like, no, I want to save it till marriage. My boyfriend at that time told me that he was going to leave me if I didn't sleep with him, he was leaving. That was a really common thing. If I didn't do anything, he was fucking leaving. Like, if I didn't do what he wanted, no, he was leaving. And obviously, 16 years old, I'm in love with the man. Of course, like, I'll do anything so he doesn't leave. And of course, like, I thought I'd marry the fucker. I was like, sure, let me give it up to him because obviously, like, I'm gonna marry this man. So gave me a timeline. If I didn't do it within the timeline, there would be a problem. Listen, and the thing is, like, even if I went to my friends, we didn't know this wasn't normal. We were 16 fucking years old. Nobody even taught me what statutory rape was at that time. The relationship progressed and it just kept getting fucking worse. When I was 17, he came to me and he was like, my mom is kicking me out. I'm going to have to live in my car. I was like, no, you're not. You're gonna live with me. Oh, to part two.